That was, oh, that was, you really, Today I'm going to do another review of someone's gameplay. Today is going to be Ender, Bronze 380 carry main, plays Samira, and yeah, we're just going to go over the game together. It's going to be informative, or just if you want to see me react to Bronze gameplay. He's a very nice guy though, thank you for letting me review your gameplay. If you want me to do this with your gameplay, feel free to let me know. It's free. I'm just going to turn it into a video so everyone can watch it, and so we can help others and just have fun together watching Samira stuff. Yeah. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. And leaving a comment also helps. Let's begin. Alright, so you guys are guarding Tribush, that's pretty good. You're emoting, you're loving it. You're living the Samira life. Okay, you're emoting a lot. Okay, even more. Even more, even more. So this is already a sign that Balynt doesn't know how to play the game. If they're leashing, ideally never leash. If your jungler pings you to leash, I still just wouldn't help them. And this is exactly why. They instantly conceded level 2 advantage by leashing their jungler. This is why leashing is horrible. Don't leash your junglers. They don't need it. Especially not Volibear. So this lane, you should already know you're gonna hit level 2 first. When you're close to hitting level 2, you should be looking to go in. You go with a first strike. I probably would have not done the extra auto attack. Okay, small problem here is that your trades are not even that bad. That was a good trade, but the problem is that your Leona can't really do anything level 1. So even if you're hitting with the Missfortune, if you get hit by one Tahm Kench Q, it's kind of a lost trade, because you're trading 1v2. So I would ideally maybe just go for Qs and not be in range of Tahm Kench Q. Like, you got rid of the first strike, you hit a Q. That was honestly already kind of good, because now you're actually at a health disadvantage. Okay, here though, this is one of the most important things when you're playing bot lane. You guys have level 2 advantage here. You're gonna hit it off this minion. You want to be pinging your Leona on the way. Like, I would legit be on the way, on the way, on the way. Go, 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 Leona, go, go, go. Because if you hit level 2 when you're over here, they're just gonna walk away. And it's impossible to lose level 2 versus level 1. Like, you guys hit it here, but look at how much distance there is between you guys. You can't really go in on this. So you had to ping your Leona. I'm assuming I can see the pings, but you have to normally ping your Leona here. Especially if they're passive, just be like, on the way. Because she should be here, looking for an E. Probably would eat forward here, go for like an auto Q. Nice Q. Good trade, you know his Q is down, so he can't really do anything. I hope you let this minion push out all the way. Because you want the wave to stop like right here, so they have to walk up further. Also, if you don't know how Missfortune works, she will often Q a minion at low health, it will bounce towards you, so stay away or don't stand right behind low health minions. Good Q. Really good Q, well played. Yeah, that's why you don't stand near the low health minions. Because now you're really low. Okay, I will say this, so I'm not going to focus too much on Leona's gameplay because obviously there's not much you can do about it. But no flame with this Leona is not very good. She is not really playing the game, she is not really doing anything whatsoever. And there's not much you can do about it but just ping her. You have to ping her. Go in, go in, go in. It might be annoying, you might think it's annoying, but you can tell the Samira can't really play the game because the Leona is just not doing anything. So I just typed them, hey, try to look for ease, try to like engage. Something. This is also why I prefer to play mid lane, guys. This is your Leonas? I would be tilted out of my mind. Good trade by you, nice. Okay, you go for a ward, nice, really good. I'm not sure where your Leona is going. This is honestly kind of good by you though. You realize your Leona is kind of gone, so you're walking further away. Ideally, what I would have done here is walk towards the jungler and the Leona, so you can still get the XP, and then if they jump you, your team is right there to just like counter jump. Ah, that Q kind of sucks. I'd E to a minion here and then go for an auto Q. Oh, you killed the minion. And then you try to go for a flash EQ. This is barely not in range. It's really close though. You could still E to the minion here. E to the minion forward, start EQing them. Yeah, I would have gone for this for sure. Use these minions, start auto-attacking this, because this is a potential kill. Ooh, definitely a waste of a barrier. I think Yeti, when I reviewed his gameplay, did the same thing. There's no real point ever using barrier if you're not at risk of dying. This guy is never gonna kill you in a 1v3, you have plenty of health to work with, he doesn't have ignite. Little bit trigger happy on the barrier. So a couple mistakes there, but not horrible so far. Definitely E forward on the Missfortune there though. It's better to go for like a chance at a kill than anything. Like you could have maybe gotten the Missfortune there if you E towards that minion. Okay, you have 700 gold, which is kind of an awkward back. You buy double longsword. Ooh, you sold a longboard for boots. I actually really don't like that. I think especially bot lane when you're playing with unengaged support, I wouldn't really prioritize getting boots this early game. Because you're mostly playing off your Leona anyway. Now you're like, okay, but the Leona sucks. True, but I would definitely prioritize damage. Okay, your Leona's going in. I feel like maybe you could have actually been in range there to E in. Passive auto attack into an EQ. Definitely would have at least tried. It looks like you were kind of focused on a Tahm Kench. You're standing really close to these low health minions into Missfortune though. It's super risky. Okay. Bit better spacing there. Right after I said it. Okay, it kind of looks like your Leona's playing the game now. She's kind of hovering. She looks like she wants to go in. So maybe this is one of those players that's like, oh, I'm gonna go in when I'm level 3. Doesn't do anything beforehand. Would still ping my jungler not to go here. I'd be like, go, 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 go in, go in. And you just have to do this, guys. If your jungler sucks, you have to communicate. Or if your support sucks, sorry. Because now you're again kind of left in a 1v2. And Kha'Zix can solo dragon perfectly fine. You don't really need to help him there. It's also a weird spot to leave the lane. Now you just play safe. You know your Leona's gone. I think that's something you do well though. You realize your Leona's gone. Okay, I would definitely be hovering now. I would definitely ping again. On the way, Leona, on the way. Go, go, go. Or all in, whatever. Okay, you're hovering. That's good. Your Leona missed. Unlucky. Okay, I think you just use W to last hit, and that ideally never do that. Maybe you were gonna miss a minion. I would only do that if I'm missing like a cannon, maybe. If the auto attack lines up really poorly and you have to W for a cannon last hit, then sure. Otherwise, never really use it. Unless you're hard shoving it and you want to leave anyway, I guess, but it doesn't look like you would be leaving here after this wave. Because you need it here. You need the W here for sure. For like an extra stack builder, extra damage, conqueror stack. This is good though, you definitely go in here, passive auto attack into an EQ. Nice. The Tahm Kench kinda griefed. Would have come for an auto attack there on Missfortune, but that's pretty good. It's not really much more you can do there. I would honestly still ping my Leona here. I would look for a dive here. If this was a decent support, I'd be like, yo, dive, dive, dive. They don't have Tahm Kench ult. You know the Missfortune doesn't have flash and barrier from the last gank. So this would be a pretty free dive as long as your Leona actually goes in. Even if the Leona dies, that's still like at least a 1-for-1. Missfortune probably doesn't get anything. Okay, this is good. You definitely just go in there, auto take into an EQ. Ooh, you didn't EQ. Not EQing there maybe lost you a kill. Definitely go for this though. You guys are not going for it. Even if your team walks away here, I would walk up. This looks like a free 1v1 for me. You could also just EQ, and then if she barriers, you just walk this way. Jungler is not there because you see the jungler top. Definitely a free kill right here. 100%. Not sure where everyone's walking away. Like, you guys are playing really scared right now. I'm not sure what you're scared of. He would for sure be dead. I would even go 1-for-1 to kill him, to be honest. But it would be free for sure. This is a good spot where you would use W to like dive it. But here again, ping your Leona. Go in, dive this guy. In my elo, this guy would never get this wave. Never. He would be dead. So again, a few small mistakes. Kind of wasted W to help to like lost the minion and didn't go for that one dive. Also didn't EQ to the potential kill. Like a lot of Samira gameplay, and it sounds weird, is stealing kills. If your jungler's ganking, try and hold EQ to last hit that specific kill. Because you want you're the carry, you're literally the AD carry. Let's take a look at what you bought. You bought pickaxe. Alright, I actually kind of like this. If you can buy pickaxe over Dirk, ideally I would say always get pickaxe. Because a Dirk is easier to buy than a pickaxe. Pickaxe is more expensive. If you have a bad back, you can kind of just buy long swords. I think now you're in a spot where you don't really want to just be hard shoving the wave. You want them to walk up. Your Leona is ult, so you want to put the enemy in a spot where your Leona can actually ult them. So I would just let this wave fully push all the way here, and then freeze the wave. Don't push it. Just last hit the minions. So your Leona has a chance to just go in like right here. They're too close to the turret otherwise, and you can't go for anything. Like I would not be hard shoving this. Okay, this is still fine though. As soon as you see your Leona walk up, you want to be walking up with her. This is already too far behind. Like, this might not be in range for you. Okay, your Leona still ults, which is fine. This should be a free kill, I think. She has barrier, but you have to walk up slightly here, because you see the W. Okay, let me take a quick little look again. So yeah, what I would do here is I would EQ in, walk here, because you know that Kench is about to W you, and then just keep hitting the Missfortune. Because now you got knocked up, because you didn't do that. So you have to kind of think like, okay, the Kench is gonna get out there, where should I walk? And I feel like walking this way is the least unlikely spot where he's gonna W. You could have gone for a couple auto attacks. I don't think you really killed her. You probably would have killed it if you were closer to the Leona to begin with. Okay, well that was obviously not great. It's fine, you're trying to go for a kill, they have barriers, so realistically you're not killing there without EQ. What you could have done here is not go for that. Okay, I think what you should have done here is, you kind of know her barriers back up again, and her flash, you should know this, if you kind of know the timers. So you should know that if you flash, she's just gonna flash away right there. So you need more burst, you needed EQ there. Flash EQ, she's dead. Right, so ideally I would have waited for your next EQ cycle, which is in 8 seconds, and then go for a play like this. Your R is never really gonna kill here. You also again wasted barrier. I say this as well, if you're not below 50% health, I wouldn't even press barrier ever. There's no real point. I would definitely again not leave here. This is a free double kill. You are playing way too scared. What are you afraid of? They just use barrier, they don't have Tahm Kench ult, your EQ is up in 6 seconds. This is a free double kill. I hope you hard shove this and just go in. I'm praying to the Samira gods. Please go for a 1v2 dive. No, you wasted EQ, no! Why did you just EQ the wave? That's so sad. Definitely a huge misplay here. I would just shove this with auto Qs and then EQ this, but now your E is gonna be on a really long cooldown again, and now you probably can't dive this. Really unfortunate. That's a really big tip though. If you could go for something soon, do not waste stuff on minions. Don't waste W, don't waste E, because E is on a long cooldown. Oh, that's such a shame. This would be a free double for sure. But even, yeah, but the problem, now you just don't have E. I was gonna say you can still go for the Tahm Kench, but... Okay, walk up here. This is one of those weird spots where you have to realize that people are always gonna be Wing to like your way that you will be walking away, right? The logical thing is to walk away. So sometimes you have to step into the danger to not get hit by stuff like this. You have to sidestep up here, which seems weird, but that's a very common thing. This guy is inting though, you should just insta-kill him. I would walk up and EQ, I wouldn't care about this guy. It's so much better to int for this kill, or 2 kills, than to like try and run and maybe live. I'd rather die and get 2, than live and get 0. So if you were trying to run here... Okay, you're... Whoa! I would have looked for the Tahm Kench there. That is tragic. But this is good though, you can definitely learn a lot from this, like a lot. You wasted a few spells, you didn't go for like a correct 1v2 dive. And you pretty much got punished for it. Okay, you bought a full Dirk and some potions, refillables good. You would probably have a full collector here if you killed them, that's so sad though. Wow, this skin is so cool, look at that. It's so weird to me, because like, oh, I would be like 6-0 here. And I just wish I could tell you in the middle game, I'd be like, oh, walk up, go kill them. I would love to know why you didn't go for that though. What are you worried about? It's also always important to look at what the enemy has. You can see the Missfortune has move speed boots, Vamp Scepter, so she's fast but she's not that strong. You can definitely win a 1v1, you can maybe even win a 1v2, she does not have a lot of damage right now. Your top laner's losing, your mid laner's not doing too good, your jungler's doing okay. You could have had way more kills here though. Definitely would not use W there. I would definitely rotate to this now. You're Samira, you want to be in the fights? Try and rotate the fights. Because this is like a buffet for Samira. Even if you get one here, even if you get two, would be pretty good. I would not prioritize killing plates here. You can kind of see them all coming your way. You have a ward here, so you do have the knowledge. So this is for sure you overstaying. By a lot. This looks playable though. You could maybe go for the volley barrier. You have no barrier, no flash, but you have all your abilities up. And the Tahm Kench actually didn't follow, so this looks like a very playable 1v2. Also, if the Volibear wasn't just 1 HP here, this would be terrible. You overstayed, you were in a really bad spot here. It's only playable because the Volibear has like no health. But there's no way you overstayed because of that. That's just not a thing. So this is fine. I would just build an auto attack stack here off the Missfortune. Kite a little bit back so your auto attack comes back up. Like auto attack, walk this way, then auto attack Q this guy if he gets closer. Just build 3 stacks of this guy if you can. I would have just W'd into an EQ there, maybe just insta-kill him to be honest. Because now you gave him the shield, we're not W'ing into an EQ. Definitely keep walking up. You're kind of passing down. If you were walking up here, you probably just kill him. You only need like one more auto attack. You're not really at risk of dying. And even if you are at risk of dying, just try and get the kills. Like getting kills is good. 1 for 1 is fine on Samira. Good use of the bush though, well played, that's pretty smart. Auto attack into a melee Q, nice. You're again kind of pathing away though, I'm not sure why. I would just path that way, and then if the Tahm Kench goes on you, it is what it is. Because you risk losing a kill. It works out because your Kazakh is there, but normally this guy can just flash away and then you don't kill him. He doesn't flash so you get it, but... Nice. And it's a life sub of div. At least you realize you could fight it though, that's good. You bought a full collector and you're buying cloth armor for armor boots, which I think is fine. Alright, looks like you're getting another Kazakh gank. That's weird, you get junglers. A bit weird by Missfortune, you could just walk up into a Q. This looks like a free kill though. Auto attack into an EQ. Ooh, you didn't EQ, you just eat. For some reason you didn't... You again probably lose out on a cure because you didn't combine E with Q. That could have been yours. It's fine, go for a little trade after. Into an R. You have to cut back here. So you're taking the turret, yeah. I mean, it's fine, you can assist. You're definitely a missed potential kill. I would just shove this. The follower is not gonna run in and just 1v3, so I would definitely just go for this wave. Oh my god, you're listening. How'd you do that? Because now they just missed this. That's well played to you. Good job. Now they miss these minions. Or some of them. Missfortune's really fast, but you missed 3 minions because of that. Pretty good. You want to kind of walk back fast though, because they're gonna push your wave. I think you might be waiting for gold. You could just buy a cloak here or tier 2 boots. You bought tier 2 boots, which honestly I don't think is too bad. Your Leona has gone, so you have to be pretty careful. Definitely don't think you're strong enough to 1v2. If you picked up most of those skills, you probably would be strong enough to 1v2 here. And your Leona came back, went for an E, she missed. No worries. Okay, you guys going for an engagement on Tahm Kench? This is a little bit risky because Tahm Kench is hard to kill. I would walk down here, out of the ult. You can't really walk this way. Definitely, again, would not have used barrier. And you could look for a dive here. It's a bit hard to dive with Tahm Kench, but with barrier and with Leona, it might be like doable. Okay, so a bunch of nothing happened. People are like trying to rotate. Their millionaire's dead. You take a little couple candies for fun. That was, oh, that was, you really, that was very optimistic by you. You are actually not that strong. You only have a collector. Tahm Kench is very tanky. If you had a lot more kills, maybe, but your Leona is not even tanking the turret yet. So you can't really go for this unless your Leona goes for it. If your Leona had aggro, this would be completely fine, but you went in way too early. And pretty much two people died for it, because you guys could have just walked away. So that's one of those things, if you're very close to a turret, make sure you don't go in before your support actually has turret aggro, or you will int. And you'll see me do this very often. You could even go for an auto tech dash, just walk back out, see if your Leona walks in. You definitely can't go in solo there though. I would definitely not push this is way too risky. This would be more worth if there wasn't already a turret con mid lane. If you could get first turret and win feats of strength, this would be worth. But your Leona is walking toward... Like, if you can go for a fight here or for a kill, it doesn't look fightable though. I would just ping your Leona back actually. Your Leona's in a 1v4. I wonder if you even know if this is happening. Because I would already be here and I would be walking away. You're definitely not strong enough to 1v4 either. If you had those skills earlier, maybe. But, yeah. Now you're in a spot where you just have to commit. I would still walk away. I wouldn't even go for this turret. Again, if this was first turret, sure. But it's not. It doesn't really look winnable. Not much you can do there. Indirectly though, maybe if you didn't waste the barrier earlier, you could get the volley right there. Maybe. But definitely overstayed again. I would be way further back, way further back. I wouldn't even be near there. Because I know it tells you the enemy team is slaying the dragon. You gotta start walking away. Okay, Balynt turret is gone. Rotating to mid is completely fine. It's actually pretty good if you do that right here. Ooh, again wasting W. I said it a few times already, but yeah, definitely don't waste W like that. You're kind of griefing yourself. You need that W. This also W does like no damage, guys. I think this is a fine rotation. Your Leona's trying to make a play bot. You could maybe even cut him off here with the Leona. Oh, I wouldn't clear this. I probably would have walked this way to see if I could get something, like an assist, something, anything. Because you would have been here in time probably to at least attempt to like take it. Yeah, you would have been for sure. Oh yeah, that hurts my soul. Think word overkill. This is something where it's like a little bit strange. I think denying buffs is really good, but not at the cost of actual mid lane minions. You could have probably gotten mid wave here and tier 2, and tier 2s are extremely good. It's not like a blue buff is that good on Samira, so I probably wouldn't have gone for this. Because you missed that entire wave that I just showed, you missed pretty much all of that. I think that's fine. At least you do go mid and catch the wave. I wouldn't be grouped here, I would be going for this tier 2. Ideally pick my Leona to come here. Tryndamere is rotating to you. You see the Tryndamere here though. You have minions on him. As soon as you see the Tryndamere, you want to be walking this way. You want to be walking towards your safety point, which is your Leona. Like you see him right now. You should be walking away. and you want to be pinging for help. Although honestly, committing to get to tier 2 wouldn't even be that bad. I think now you didn't do either, and now you're in a weird spot. I think either you just int and get to tier 2, or you just walk away way earlier and give it up. Now you kind of did a 50-50 and you don't get either one. Oh, no. If you're dead, don't use summoners, guys. You're never living here. Don't use barrier there. Oh, I really don't... Wait, you just bought a noon quiver. Oh, okay, hold up. Wait a minute. You have almost BF sword gold. I'm not sure why you didn't go for BF sword. I would just sell potion here and wait a little bit, or just sell your Dormant's blade and get a BF sword. I don't know what you're building. You're building shield bow, I think? Guys, shield bow second is not good. Shield bow at all is not good, to be honest. Go IE. IE is your strongest item. Collector into IE. Or well, in the current meta, it's like BT into Collector into IE, to be honest, but... No IE. You rotate mid lane again, which is fine. There's a fight going on. You go for a flash. I'm assuming it's because you want to kill the Kiana. I probably would have just built stacks off the Volibear here, and then when I had more stacks, maybe go for a play. Because this guy is pretty far. I definitely don't either. Because now you're in a really weird spot. Don't E in if you can't go for a guaranteed kill. You're fine building stacks off the front line until you can actually E in and kill someone. Now you're in a really weird spot. Yeah. And again, the wasted barrier could have saved you here. Just to tell you what I would have done here in this fight, I would have realized this is too far, this is way too far. You're never reaching this guy. I would just be hitting the Volibear. Hit the Volibear with all auto attacks, Qs, play the fight slow. You don't need to go for like an insta-kill on Kiana. Now you should realize, okay, I'm not in a good spot anymore. I can't reach this guy anyway. He's also not that low, he's still half health. And you would have to kill him with auto attacks, which is unlikely. So I wouldn't even E in here. I'd probably even EQ to this guy maybe. EQ to this guy, start hitting him, building stacks. And then see where the fight goes from there. But yeah, this is a huge mistake, because now you're in a really bad spot. You're pretty much in a... It's weird your team is right here, but yet somehow you're in a 1v4. I'm sure if you look at it now, you're like, okay, why did I do that? Why didn't I just hit the front line? Like, this would be a nice kill, and you could E back out, but realistically, I don't think you're killing this guy. You actually bought a full shield though. I hate this build. If you like this build and it works for you, that's fine, but this seems to me like a really suboptimal build. If you want survivability, especially in this patch, BT is way better. I would only get shield bow as like a super late game item, as like a 5th item. Definitely not 2nd though. If your Leona goes for the Akathon, you could try and play off her. But I don't think there's a point in being here. This is just too risky. So I would still try and hover. Try and hover the team. Maybe you can get something. This is like way too deep to be on your own. You also don't really have vision here, so you don't know if everyone is here. What if the Kiana's like... Here, you would just be dead. Well, that's funny. The Kiana actually does go to you. Yeah, I wouldn't have been there. I would just be hovering my Leona. Definitely just either just standing here waiting for waves to come. You can't push out that far on your own. Look at this fight where you could have maybe hovered. If you were here, maybe you could have gone something here. Like, this looks like a very fightable fight. Okay, you actually also bought the tier 2 boots. I personally really dislike tier 2 boots. I don't think it's worth delaying your items back on Samira to get the tier 2 boots. Okay, I feel like you're heading towards the farm. You want to play off your supports. I know you want to get the farm. Farm is good, don't get me wrong. But you want to get in these fights, man. You want to play around these people. I would not go here. I would be here for sure. Even now, just give up I would give up this entire wave to join this fight. You want to be in the fights, you're Samira. This is your quadra kill right here. You can't get the pentakills, guys, by hitting the minions. If you kill 5 minions, it doesn't say, yo, pentakill. No, you have to hit the enemies, guys. Hey, you're here though, let's see what you do. This looks like a pretty straightforward combo. Auto attack into WEQ, get on the Kiana. I hope you do the correct combo. You did not do the correct combo. The combo there is auto attack, WEQ, W hits again. Auto attack ult, and then you would be in a 1v4 here ulting. But you would kill this guy for sure, you could get a reset on the Tryndamere. Your has ult coming up, you probably kill him before that. So the wrong combo actually got you killed there and didn't get you a single kill. If you did the correct combo, you probably killed 2, maybe 3. And that's excluding the part that you could have been there from the start. Like here I would start walking down. I would not go for this. You're playing like a very split push heavy AD carry. And I feel like that's not just, that doesn't work on Samira. You can definitely see like a repeating pattern of like everyone is fighting, the whole team, except for you. Which is ironic because Samira wants to be there fighting. Let's see what happens here. Here you go for a flash, all of the... I probably wouldn't have gone for that. This guy already looks like he's pretty dead. He's in a 1v3. He's stunned. A little bit of a waste of a flash. You do get the kill for it, but... probably would have saved it. You might need it here. Do you have W for this? You should be able to W this normally. Okay, you did not. You can W this. It's fine. I would focus a little bit more there on Wing the Kiana ult or Wing the Missfortune ult, but overall that was not bad. Oh wow, you actually bought a QSS. Okay, your build definitely needs improvement. This is like a 0 damage Samira build. I know you're pretty broke, but you're buying a QSS for, I guess, Volibear Q and maybe Tahm Kench ult. I don't even know if that works. But I feel like Tahm Kench ult 99% of the time is defensive anyway. So you're only buying it for like Kiana ult and Volibear Q. You can already W the Kiana ult anyway. I feel like QSS is a really bad buy here. I definitely would not get QSS in most games. Very rarely you would get this. The build I would have gone for this game is BT, into Collector, into IE, into Lord Dominic's. Or maybe if you want to go a different route, you could go Collector, into IE, into Lord Dominic's, into BT. Here you're having your Ahri, you could maybe engage on this. Auto take into an EQ. Nice, good hover. That's fun, you actually get instantly rewarded. You're hovering a champ that can set you up, you're rewarded. You probably ping your Renekton to go here though, be like, yo, hold top, hold top. You're not holding top, you're Samira. Okay, you definitely need to realize though that your Leona is fighting like right here, and that you should probably rotate to this. For some reason I feel like you know, but you just really want to get these minions. I don't know if that's true though, but... You're also in a risky spot here. If anyone comes for you, you're in a really weird 1v1. Because you can't 1v1 this guy. I would walk up here and then EQ away. You ping for help here for sure though, you need help, you're gonna die. Again, really trigger happy on the barrier. Would not have barriered here. So you actually, that's funny, you actually used the QSS there. But this is also like does the QSS actually save you here? Does it do anything? Not really. You're doing it again, you're going for a side lane wave when you could be hovering your team. I'm not gonna go too much more into it. Hover your carries, you want to be in these fights. As AD carry, you shouldn't be the one having to deep push side lanes constantly. Your build hurts me very deeply. You for some reason again opted into side laning instead of playing with your Leona. Okay, this is really strange. Your Leona is solo pushing top, you're mid, and there's 2 people bot. Very weird. This is fine though, you could go for this, you could go for like a Missfortune trade here. Okay, I think the worst part is that you're actually not even using the QSS correctly. You kind of used it at the enter when you died, but you didn't use it on the Volibear Q, which should be one of the 2 things you want a QSS here. Like you QSS right there, because you probably didn't realize you had it. And it's fine, if you're struggling with actives, there's even less reason to buy this item. And that's fine, if it's too hard for you to focus also on like exactly timing the QSS and thinking about this mid fight, just don't buy it then, because there's no point. You're buying a suboptimal item and not really using it correctly. So that's a lot of wasted gold. Okay, so your team actually kind of just wins the game after that. Alright, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Just as a quick summary to like sum up what I think you should do. First of all, don't waste W. You are using W on waves way too much. It actually costs you a few fights. Just hold on to it. Unless you are absolutely certain you are gonna shove that wave and leave. Second thing, you're way too farm focused. You are not grouping enough late game. You are perma pushing side lanes, and Samira's just not a champ that wants to do that. You want to be playing around Leona, When you're playing with your team, you want to be getting these fights. You also need to focus more on last hitting the kills. You have to get those kills if you want to be a relevant carry. Another one is that you barrier way too often for no reason. You used barriers in spots where you didn't need to, and then died in spots where you needed it, and it would have helped you. Sometimes you play a little bit too scared. I would have gone for the bot lane dive like 1v2 probably. Definitely dove into Missfortune at 1v3 or 3v1 with your team. Also, you need to ping way more. If your Leona sucks, if they're passive, ping them to go in. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Oh, almost forgot, your build is horrible. Don't build those items. PT Rush or Collector Rush into IE Lord Dominic's. Definitely don't spend money on QSS. Alright, goodbye.